Whether you prefer browsing Twitch or watching YouTube videos, chances are you've seen speedrunners, or people trying their best to complete a video game as quickly as humanly possible. Speedrunning has been absolutely huge across both platforms in basically any game you can think of, from Super Mario 64 to Dark Souls, even to Cooking Mama, and there are annual speedrunning marathons that raise millions of dollars for charity. The practice has been around for decades, and there are actually some psychological concepts that drive runners to become the best of the best, even if it means spending 12 hours a day playing the same game for months at a time. This is a look into why we speedrun, and why millions of people will stop what they're doing and watch someone playing a video game as quickly as possible. The reasons people start and continue running games can be attributed to two separate concepts: intrinsic motivation, or the personal reasons people enjoy speedrunning, and extrinsic motivation, or the outside influences that can cause people to start and continue to run. Intrinsic motivators are typically enjoyment of the game itself, a sense of achievement attained from beating one's own personal best, and a feeling of fulfillment from knowing you're the best in the world at something if you're able to actually get a world record. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, is driven by others, usually pride in having beaten another person's best time, whether that's a friend or someone else on the leaderboard, recognition and respect by your peers, whether they are also speedrunners or not, and for some, even the incentive of money that can be earned by live streaming attempts or creating YouTube videos can keep people running long after they otherwise would have stopped. A little talked about intrinsic motivation for runners, though, is actually the ability to have creative expression come about from running the game. You may be thinking, well, what's so creative about doing the same thing over and over again to try and get a better time? But speedrunning isn't always about just optimizing the same route, and actually lends itself to creativeness more than just playing the game normally. Creating new routes is a combination of both optimization and the formation of new strategies that can be exceptionally hard to discover. Take Ocarina of Time, for example, a game released in 1998 that has seen multiple significant drops in its any percent world record time, from almost 7 hours during its first recorded run back in 2003, to under an hour in 2011, then less than 30 minutes in 2012, and down to just over 7 minutes as the current world record. Each significant drop is due to the discovery and dissemination of new glitches that range from getting required items early, to clipping through doors to complete the story faster, to warping directly to the final sequence of the game. And each time these new glitches were discovered, they had to be analyzed to determine if they would actually help improve the fastest possible time. These glitches were never easy to find, and required use of the deepest available knowledge about the game in order to determine what walls could be climbed or how to jump exceptionally far by using bomb explosions. Groups of runners had to work together to create new routes, and it has created tight-knit communities of people who are now recognized as some of the best in the world in their respective game or category. Whether they were doing it for the love of the game or to get the respect of others in their communities, this creative outlet has served to get new runners into the games and keep them there, looking for anything that can give gamers an edge over their competition. Making new routes isn't the only creative practice speedrunners have, however, as by and large, the most popular way to get footage of runs to be submitted is by live streaming them. Speedrunning on Twitch and YouTube is huge, not only because it's an easy way to get proof of runs being completed legitimately, but also because it allows speedrunners to form communities and interact with their audiences while simultaneously showing off their skills. Content creators like Simply, Cheese, Trihex, and ZFG have made careers that started in streaming their speedruns, and the money and fame serves as a form of extrinsic motivation. Either through their expertise in their respective games, their senses of humor, or charismatic personalities, each of these runners, and so many more, have developed followings that carry over from their Twitch streams to their YouTube channels and even to outside projects. Some don't even need to post runs at all, as speedrunning adjacent content like animations from people like Terminal Montage perform exceptionally well on YouTube due to the creative and comedic aspects that can be added that you just don't get with solely posting recordings of successful runs. Content creation has the potential to be a very lucrative profession, and their dedication not only to speedrunning, but also creating engaging, creative content about video games has served speedrunners very well in allowing them to dedicate themselves to the games that they love so much. The communities that make up the viewers for streamers who primarily show off speedruns are a mix of multiple groups of people. You have the other speedrunners who are looking for new strategies or want to watch someone with a better time than them to learn. You have gamers who may have never done a run themselves but think speedruns are interesting and like the streamer for their personality. And then you have the outsiders, who may not even be gamers themselves, but a title or concept catches their eye. Community is what brought speedrunning from an obscure hobby to the massive part of gaming that it is today. But the motivations for viewers to support the practice tend to be a little different than those that exist for the runners themselves. One of the biggest names on the internet right now is a dude called Dream. Dream is a Minecraft speedrunner who has held a multitude of world records and creates content for a YouTube channel with more than 20 million subscribers, and his world record run from patch 1.15 has more than 23 million views. There's no way that there are 23 million Minecraft speedrunners out there, so the majority of the views on this video have to be from people who have likely never tried a run of their own, nor do they even have the knowledge necessary to successfully complete one. Viewers enjoy speedruns for the entertainment value, much in the same way people watch professional athletes play a sport. Despite not being able to compete at the same level, they're around to see what will happen next, as nothing compares to being able to say, "I was here," when a new record is achieved or something crazy happens in a run. Viewers almost exclusively have intrinsic motivation to watch runs, as there's little to be gained other than your own enjoyment from seeing successful attempts, and the emotional responses to speedrunning can vary wildly. There's nothing quite like seeing someone finish a game that took you 20 hours in just a fraction of the time. Some people get angry and lash out, saying it's not a legitimate run if there are any glitches that were used, but the vast majority are content to watch the spectacle and appreciate the skill of someone who has spent countless hours honing their craft. Speedrunners showing off some of the most insane glitches, most optimized movement, and knowledge of a game at its deepest level can be downright hypnotizing, and this leads to thousands of people watching speedruns live at any given time, and millions watching highlights and full runs on YouTube. Gamers understand the amount of work that goes into achieving a record-breaking run, and while no human run can ever truly be perfect, the ones that come the closest are often the most popular. Whether that's due to incredible RNG, potent manipulation of the game itself, or just pure skill, fast times are chased not only by runners, but by viewers as well as they look to see their favorite runners attain their goals. A world record is something to be celebrated not only by the person who got it or their family, but also by the fans who were there along the way. Speedrunning is one of the most pure forms of dedication, and whether you're motivated by your own love of the game or the expectations from those around you, there's always a chance to get better, and from what we've seen, neither runners nor viewers will be going anywhere anytime soon. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will catch you later.